Your Honor, may I respectfully be allowed to read my opening statement, Your Honor?
Right, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Senator Ronald M. De La Rosa, the chairperson of the Committee on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs, sir. Distinguished Senator, members of the Senate Committee on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs, fellow public servants, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Before all else, the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency is grateful for being afforded the opportunity to appear and be heard before the Senate Committee on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs. Today, we can find answers to many lingering questions on the alleged dreadful practice of drug recycling, including the presumed 30% cut on seized illegal drugs as a reward to informants in exchange for every referred anti-drug information, which I personally made public. I acted in good faith when I brought to light the reprehensible act of tipsters seeking confiscated drugs as a reward. But I have never imagined that my sincere intention will be misunderstood. I was only relaying my personal experience about my encounter with some of the informants. I want to make it clear that their proposals were rejected outright. The Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency wants to correct the erroneous impression that there is a PDEA policy involving the handing out of non-monetary incentives like recycled illicit drugs. To the best of my knowledge, it has never been a prevailing practice in the PDEA reward system. As regards the privileged speeches of Senator De La Rosa and Senator Tolfo, which mentioned about the arrest of PDEA agents in a drug sting in Taguig City, please be assured that we do not tolerate such activity and that we shall always be on the forefront in the apprehension and prosecution of violators of RA 9165. As we are surrounded by esteemed fact-finders and truth-seekers in this room, may this inquiry shed light on the matter and enable the Chamber to remedy any shortcomings found in aid of its legislative function. Lastly, we are expressing our full support on the passage of Senate Bills number 948 and 437, particularly the CCTV Act of 2022, as Section 7 thereof allows a person in authority, upon a written request, to use, view, and copy, among others, CCTV recordings. This will be very helpful in the investigation and prosecution of an offense punishable by RA 9165. We request everyone to continue supporting the National Anti-Drug Campaign, and please be assured that the PDEA will keep on fulfilling its mandate to inform the country's anti-drugs laws. Thank you very much.
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay, tanong ko po sa PDEA, maging sa PNP to. Meron kayong confidential funds. Di ba? Sa PDEA muna.
Yes, Your Honor.
Funds. 500 million ata for this year.
Yes, Your Honor.
How about in the previous year po? Magkano confidential funds? Approximately
Previous year is the same, Your Honor.
500 million. Ang MOOE po, magkano? Previous year, halimbawa?
Let me confer with my staff, Your Honor.
Okay. So 500 million plus MOE. Magkano po? Average lang po. Magkano po? 1.2 billion. So, umabot po ng 1.7. Average po.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ang tanong ko po, this is last year to, previous year. So, magkano po yung amount ng illegal drugs ang na-seize ng PDEA? Nung nagkaroon po ang PDEA ng 1.7 billion na pinagsama po ang confidential funds and MOE 1.7. Gusto ko lang po ibangga kung magkano po yung halaga ng illegal drugs ang na-seize for that particular year.
Diba? Mukhang bayad na yun, Your Honor. Yung PCB na yun dahil, for this year. Meron sila kuhang, yung 926 kilos. Anong amount nun? 3.6 billion? Ay, di pala PDEA. The same, joint operation yun ng PDEA at saka ng PNP. 9.6 billion? Ha? 6 point
Something, sir, Your Honor.
something.
Hindi, kasi joint yun,
Yeah.
Mr. Chair. So dapat ang credit hati. Hindi mo pwedeng akuin lang ng isa.
Yeah.
Kasi unfair naman sa PNP kung akuin lang ng PDEA yun.
Yeah, okay,
Dapat
tama.
isama din sa accomplishment ng PNP yun.
Tama.
To be fair. The reason why I'm asking this, Mr. Chair, gusto ko lang malaman na 1.7 billion ang budget for that particularly. Dapat ang huli nyo, pwede mas more than that. At kapag nabalitaan natin na ang huli nyo ay 500 million lang halaga ng droga, nagkaroon kayo ng 1.7 billion na budget, mukhang may problema tayo. Yun pong ibig sabihin. Dito,
Yes, Your Honor.
that's why I'm asking that question.
Yes, Your Honor. For 2022, Your Honor, the total value of drug seized in billion of pesos is 30.98 billion.
Very good. Okay. Okay na ako doon. Satisfied na ako doon. Thank you. Thank you po. Thank you po.
Yeah, Your Honor, the other way of saying that is that kahit na meron silang 500 million ngayon na intelligence fund ang PDEA, tapos zero amount of drugs were confiscated. Makita natin na wala na talagang drugs na nagkakalat sa lansangan. Well, napakaganda nun. So okay ako doon, kahit na zero amount na nahuli, basta wala na talagang addict at wala na nagkakalat ng
Problema
drugs.
doon, Your Honor. Halimbawa wala ng drugs, baka nandun sa mga taga-PDEA na tiwali. Itinago na nila yung drugs. At ibinento sa ibang lugar. Hindi, I'm just joking. Pero I agree with you.
Maganda yun.
Ibig sabihin, they're doing their job.
They're doing their
They're
job.
effective. Natatakot.
Natatakot
Yung mga punta sa ibang lugar, tumigil na.
Yes.
Pero an addict will always be an addict unless na rehab. Mukhang bihira yan. In the real world, maganda po yan.
Napakaganda sana na makarating tayo sa ganung status. So,
Pero hindi po mangyari yan kasi yung mga addict, talagang hanggat hindi ma-rehab yan, kaya naghahanap ng droga yan. At habang may mga addict, meron po talaga mga...
there's demand, there's supply.
Tama
And
po.
there's supply, there's demand. General Aquino, sir, to set the record straight,
Yes, sir.
are you practicing the 30% pabuya doon sa mga assets natin?
Mulong sa akin para matulungan ang ating mga mahihirap na kababayan. And for that, I salute all our law enforcers. Unfortunately, I believe that we are all in agreement here today na madami pa din po tayong kailangang ayusin sa sistema natin. And to acknowledge that this is the biggest and hardest step that we have to make. Aminin po natin kung saan tayo nagkakamali. Kasi kung hindi tayo magbabago. During my privileged speech, I gave several suggestions regarding my concerns about the abuses of some of our law enforcers and unfair circumstances faced by the poor when it comes to law enforcement operations and criminal prosecutions. A. I propose that the quantum of evidence for the filing of criminal offenses faced by the poor when it comes to law enforcement operations and criminal prosecutions. A. I propose that the quantum of evidence for the filing of criminal cases should be higher than more than mere probable cause para pag-isipang mabuti kung dapat ba isampa ang criminal case. Hindi yung unting reklamo lang, kaso na agad. B. Magkaroon ng batas laban sa pagpaplanta ng ebidensya. Sa ngayon, we only have laws against planting of firearms and ammunition and drugs. Baka pwedeng isa batas na rin para sa lahat ng klaseng pagplanta ng ebidensya at taasan ang penalty nito upang matigil na itong kalakaran na ganito. Ibig kong po sabihin, kailangan din po, Mr. Chair, yung pagpaplanta ng mga baril, granada, mga patalim, isama na rin po doon. C. I fully support and will file my own bill regarding the body-worn camera for law enforcement operations. This will protect everyone, not just the people, but also our law enforcers. And finally, I'm filing a bill in line with the bill passed by Senator Gatchalian regarding the installation of CCTVs. But it is the installation of CCTV cameras in incarceration facilities, such as the detention facilities in our police prisons, the jails of the BJMP, and the prisons of our Bureau of Corrections. In the bill I propose, that there be CCTV systems in the common areas and in all entrance and exit points of these facilities. At idagdag ko din po na sa mga presinto ay may CCTV system sa perimeter at sa mga interrogation rooms. Dito po kasi nangyari ang mga kabalaghan, mga nabubuhay in the common areas and in all entrance and exit points of these facilities. At idagdag ko din po na sa mga presinto ay may CCTV system sa perimeter at sa mga interrogation rooms. Dito po kasi nangyari ang mga kabalaghan, mga nabubugbog at minsan nare-rape pa ng mga naaresto ng mga kapulisan. Nais ko pong marinig ang panig ng ating mga resource persons tungkol sa mga panukalang ito. And finally, I want to get to the bottom of this reward system for informants and assets that involve the reward of giving the actual drugs to them. Isang malaking kahangalan. Ito kung totoo po. Ang lumalabas nito, ang gobyerno pang nagiging pusher ng droga dahil sa pinamimigay ito sa mga asset na siyang involved din sa drug cartel. Kailangan maparusahan ang nakaisip nito kung sino man ang genius na may isip nito. At lahat ng sumang-ayon na mga genius din sa ganitong kalakaran. Malaking bagay po ang mga asset sa law enforcement. Tanggap ko po yun. Pero kailangan ito po ay properly regulated. Sa totoo lang, base sa mga narinig kong itong mga asset na ito, ang nagiging dahilan din ng pag-aaway ng PNP at PDEA. Pag ang asset ng isa ay kalaban ng asset ng kabila, naglalaglagan ang mga operatives ng PNP at PDEA. We've had very unfortunate incidents where our own people from PNP and PDEA on the opposite sides of shooting incidents and buy-bust operations. Nakakahiya po tuwing nangyayari ito. Paano magtitiwala ang mga tao sa atin kung ganito palagi ang nangyayari? Ang problema kasi sa mga asset at informants na inaalagaan ng ating mga law enforcers ay sila mismo ay mga kriminal din. Sila mismo ang nasa puso ng mga sindikato. And we allow our law enforcers to do business with these criminals through reward system. Ang nangyari, mismo ng ating mga law enforcers ang nagiging kriminal na din. How do we regulate this? How do we maintain the integrity of the PNP and PDEA? Paano natin ito masolusyonan? I hope to be able to get answers to these questions during this hearing, Mr. Chair. I expound on them and raise other concerns later. Thank you, Mr. Chair.